On this day 5 years ago, I was inside the Key Arena to experience Daniel Bryan announce his heartbreaking retirement from professional wrestling. At home state talent, tremendous individual. We knew the caliber of human being that he was. He made us Washingtonians proud. And him announcing his retirement filled us with so much emotion. Not a dry eye in the Key Arena, and it was so fucking sad. We gave him a tremendous standing ovation. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you, Bryan. And we never thought we'd see him in the ring again. And thankfully, just about 2 years later, we got information that he was going to be cleared, and he's been doing great ever since. And he, again, has made us Washingtonians proud. And that is a day that will live in infamy. On this day, however, February 8th, 2021, Nia Jax gave us a meme-worthy moment. Ouch, my hole! And Vince McMahon probably was laughing his ass off, and the entire wrestling internet was laughing their ass off, because you know what? We are so fucking mature, aren't we? Ouch, my hole. Nothing else on this show fucking mattered. I'm John Retton with my review of WWE Raw, and man, Nia Jax just proved she was the whole fucking show. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of hole jokes here because I had to calm down and stop myself from laughing about that so much, but ouch, my hole. Usually I have to go to a different kind of website to hear something like that said. And in a somber moment, bad transition, we get a graphic in memory of Butch Reed, the original Hacksaw. The natural Butch Reed passed away recently at the age of 66. And rest in peace, Butch Reed. You will not be forgotten. One half of one of my favorite tag teams in WCW, the tag team of Doom. And I always think of Morbo and also Gary Michael Capetta. So we get recaps of the Sheamus Drew stuff. And then we have WWE official Adam Pearce in the ring, and he introduces Shane McMahon to basically have Shane say, hey, Adam, you have this great idea. So instead of having Sheamus and Drew go one-on-one at Elimination Chamber, we're going to hold up on that, and we're going to have them inside the chamber, along with 4 former WWE champions, Orton, Jeff Hardy, Styles, and Miz. Miz also having the Money in the Bank briefcase, despite the fact he's going to be teaming with Morrison to take on Bad Bunny and Damian Priest at WrestleMania. If they don't do that, if they try to make it a singles match, that's not going to be a good idea. Make it I'll talk about that here in a bit, but it's like, good God, it is what it is, though. I mean, just don't have Miz cash in. Have him fail to cash in is what I would do. Because they really shouldn't have given him the briefcase back because it was fucking stupid. Anyway, Styles and Almas are here, and then Jeff's in the mesh top like it's 2001, and well, they were going to have a match, but we cut back to Shane talking to Drew, and Drew's like, I wanted Sheamus one-on-one. It would have been nice if you had told me about this chamber match. Oh, but we need a big pay-per-view match, or pay-per-view main event for the fact that this pay-per-view's in 13 days, and oh shit, we forgot to hype anything until 13 days before it. I understand the Rumble just happened, but they could have at least alluded to it on SmackDown, and they fucking didn't. But anyway, it was nice to see 2004 TNA being represented here. It's just a shame it was 2021 Jeff Hardy and not 2004 Jeff Hardy. Because while he is clean, he has so many goddamn miles on him. I have seen bald tires that have less miles on them than Jeff Hardy. He can't fucking move. He can't fucking move at all. It is really goddamn sad. He hurt his knee, and then later he missed Swanton, and then the calf crusher for the win. I will say that this show was more entertaining than it had any right to be. I probably forgot a lot of the shit that pissed me off because Nia Jax again said, ow, my hole! How can you take it seriously? How can you take anything seriously when you have somebody, a wrestler say, especially a woman say, ouch, my hole? It makes you think that, wow, this really is raw, uncooked, uncensored. Remember that? It's a good thing it's not uncut. That might explain the ouch, my hole thing. This is going off the rails. So, Riddle's talking to Lee, lots of Bud jokes, Air Bud, and all that. Yes, Toasty, we get it, Riddle, you smoke enough weed to get a whole small country high. Yes, a whole small country high. That was slightly intentional. And then Lee says he has what it takes to beat Lashley, and they face off in a match later. Lee and Riddle, by the way. And Sheamus is upset at Pearce. It's like, I've seen WWE officials like you come and go, and with his accent, you probably can imagine that I reacted to that come and go line with good taste and maturity that you have not come to expect from this channel because there's no way I can be mature about that. He says, you think I'm not a draw? They actually said draw. Quick draw McGraw. Was it like El Kabong? Bong. Anyway. Retribution members T-Bar and Slapjack with Ali screaming on commentary against New Day members Kofi and Xavier because Big E's on SmackDown. Unleash brutality. Maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe don't. I would like Retribution if they were anything other than Retribution. That's not even knocking the talent. Ali yelled so much. While he was making great points, if I'm going to knock the Street Profits for yelling on commentary, I got to knock Ali for yelling. Woods plays his instrument as we go to break. And apparently we are getting Lana versus Nia in a tables match, hence the ouch my hole line. And Slapjack gets pinned after Daybreak. Not Daybreakers, not that terrible movie. He got pinned after Daybreak. So apparently this match went on forever, and he just got pinned. He got pinned in the future. He got pinned Tuesday morning, not the stores. And then, this Retribution. Look, Ali and Kofi will be a money match if they stretch it out to Mania, and I think they can. Especially since it's just happening on Raw. They actually can make that happen. You just got to give it about 15 minutes. You got to let them tell a fucking good story. Have Ali win. Nothing against Kofi. Have Ali win. Flair is in a very shiny suit that I hope he didn't shine in his own way, if you know what I mean. And Lacey shows up. Oh, and then we get a Bucks plug. That may have been unintentionally, and intentionally said that way. So, can we forget about Gronk's WWE run? Hopefully. I think he's going to be back at some point since the NFL will have an offseason. Priest and Bad Bunny are talking about something. I actually didn't catch what it was. Flair says Lacey is coming after Asuka. Here's Charlotte to flatly talk. Charlotte does not seem like she's cared one goddamn bit since she's come back. She called Lacey Charlotte 2.0. And Lacey says, well, if I beat you, then, Rick's going to get me a shot against Asuka if I can beat you. So Lacey then fists Charlotte and throws her into the steel steps and says she accepts the match. And then we get Morrison, Miz, and Garza. The latter is facing Priest later on. Cool. Garza went from flirting with a whole bunch of women to flirting with the Bachelor woman that nobody wanted in the Thunderdome. If you did, that's fine. To now hanging out with Miz and Morrison. I have nothing against Morrison, plenty against Miz, because his act is really fucking cold. Now we have Charlotte versus Lacey. There was a lot of shoulder focus, and I don't know if Lacey got injured or the timing was off or what, and I defended Lacey. I hope she's okay. I hope she's actually not injured. They announced her versus Asuka later, so I think she's alright. Charlotte has sandbagged a whole lot of opponents, and that's what this was. Rick sure tried to stay awake during this. Wait, maybe that was just the viewers. But again, ouch my hole. Gotta say that to, spice up the review a little bit. Charlotte wouldn't stop fisting Lacey in the corner, and the ref called for the DQ. So Lacey wins by DQ and faces Asuka later. I don't know. Edge then offers an update and says he nearly made his decision, but then the chamber happened because he thinks that he can take anybody in the chamber. Miz, Morrison, and Garza show up. Miz reveals his plan, and Edge cuts him down, saying, I'm playing poker, you're playing old maid. He's just running him down. It was a great promo. Check out, I can't do it justice. Check out Edge's promo. It was fucking goddamn great. It was really, really great. He was like, you talk about wanting to be champion. I need to be champion. And that was great shit. This is the old Edge. I don't mean old Edge. This is the old Edge, the ultimate opportunist. The one that we get, coming back. He says, oh, you say you're awesome. Well, I did that 20 years ago. No more. I need to be champion. That was great shit. Check out the promo. They got to have it on their YouTube channel. Garza with Miz and Morrison versus Priest with Bad Bunny. They get Bad Bunny VR graphics and a lavish entrance. I will say this much. While I'm not a big fan of Bad Bunny being involved on WWE programming, this much I will say. He seems like he wants to be there. He seems like he's doing a good job promoting the product since he's a big fan, and that's great. Do I care about him being on television, or at least wrestling television? No. But do I get it? Yes. Am I looking forward to his match at Mania? No. But is he taking it seriously? Yes. And he seems to be having fun. He seems to understand it, so that's fine. Still not a fan of it. But anyway, he gets the briefcase in the ring and makes it seem like Miz and Morrison did that and gets them kicked out. And then Reckoning or the Rectomane 1, 2, 3. Rectomane, ouch, my hole. Charlie looking right at Drew's Claymore. Can't say I blame her. And then McIntyre is all fired up and everything. And then Lacey versus Asuka at Elimination Chamber. Okay, so Naomi pins Asuka in a tag match. And hey, we're just going to give Lacey that. Watch, if this was Fox, Fox would have had, the Caucasian woman keep the minority woman down. Oh, wait, maybe Fox's influence is bleeding over to USA. Naomi appears later, but I just don't understand what the fuck they're doing. So Bianca mentions that she is up for facing anyone, and Asuka shows up. Could we have this possible Mania match? I'm not saying this would entice me. Maybe for SummerSlam, maybe for the next Rumble, if you move Bianca to Raw, but I think Bianca versus Sasha makes the most sense. And then we get Lee versus Riddle, MVP on commentary, because he has U.S. Championship, because Lashley's going to face the winner. Lee destroys Riddle for a bit. This is a pretty damn good match. If only Riddle wasn't a pile of shit. But it was a pretty good match. Riddle tries to come back, did a nice triangle armbar, and then, despite all that, got hit with the Spirit Bomb, 1, 2, 3. Lashley shows up and just picks Lee up like he's nothing. And Lee's a big guy. Lashley's a strong guy. This was pretty damn impressive. Then he ragdolls Riddle, which I can never get sick of seeing. And then Steph Lee's face. Why are we getting a triple threat at Elimination Chamber? Have Lashley beat Riddle. If you want to have Lashley versus Keith Lee for the U.S. title at Mania, I'm all for it. Don't do it at Fastlane. Do it at Mania. You can stretch this shit out. You only have, 2 months? You can do that. 8 weeks of television, you can do that. Then Orton Drew video package. Unfinished business. It's like risky business, but, with less people in tights. You know what? Maybe not, actually, because there's a lot of people in there wrestling around their underwear, so maybe it is like unfinished risky business. Orton says he will take the title Elimination Chamber. Please don't. We don't need to see Orton versus Edge at Mania for the championship. We don't need to see that. Lana with Naomi versus Nia with Shayna. Nia does the leg drop. Now, this was not a good match at all. I had no desire to see this, but Nia made it all worth it. Made me forget a lot of the shit that happened afterwards and even before. Ouch, my hole! All the memes, all the goddamn memes, bruised ribs and anal bleeding and all that stuff around. I hope Nia's actually okay, but she's all right because her superior immune system will help her. But does it prevent anal bleeding? Does it prevent her hole from being weak? Who the fuck knows? This was really fucking ridiculous. Ouch, my hole. How in the world can you take this show seriously? I mean, how could you take the show seriously before? Because Vince McMahon hasn't wanted you to take Raw seriously. But she's saying, ouch, my goddamn hole. And if that isn't going to be replayed, if that isn't a top moment on many people's lists as far as unintentionally funny, or rather unintentionally intentionally funny, then I don't know what we're doing here. Ouch, my hole. And then Nia gets, Nia gets sent through a table because she's worried about her hurt hole. And she goes through the table, hitting her hole on some wood. Man, the wood must have gone somewhere to hurt her goddamn hole. She is the whole fucking show. That is the whole week wrapped up into one. Naomi versus Shayna, because we got a little bit of a scuffle afterwards. Lana gets beat up, and then we get the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll-up, inside cradle, 1, 2, 3. Naomi wins, while Nia's worried about her hurt hole. Drew versus Orton. Unfinished whole business is what I wrote down, because Orton is always, ready to have his Viper and insert his Viper anywhere that he wants. And Sheamus shows up, and he's standing there at ringside. Drew fires up. Orton grips Drew's lengthy neck and thick neck and jerks it down. And have fun in seeing that. And then we get a bro kick to Orton causing a DQ, but then Claymore to Sheamus, and there we go. And let's all let's hope that Nia's hole is all right, because man, when you got a hurt hole, you can't do anything. You really can't do anything, especially when you get wood all over that hurt hole. That's just going to be the whole week, just, all blown up. Ouch. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin without a hurt hole, and I will see you soon.